Last year, I did 2 videos on the Camp Snap camera. One of them was titled Photojournalist versus Camp Snap, and the other one was a very unfair comparison of the Camp Snap camera against the Leica Q2. And people have been asking me if I'm going to do a review of the newly released Camp Snap Pro. Well, it's time. I have not opened this camera yet. It's right here. So let's do a little bit of an unboxing. Okay, it comes with some tissue paper. Let's see if I can display it here. So here we go. Let's check out this thing. We have an information card, and we have a USB-C cable, and we have a camera and a little UPC code. So here it is. Very lightweight, not much different than the previous version. Very plasticky. And we have a little peel off for the lens protecting here. So let's take that off, slap that in here. So there it is. Okay, we have a dial at the top here. On the bottom, we have a USB-C port with a little bit of a very janky cover, which doesn't really, you have to push it in. We have compartment with a micro SD or an SD slot with a screw. So let's see what kind of picture it takes right off the bat of you guys. Well, there you go. A little clunk, and that's about it. How are you? All right, so this is interesting right here. Obviously there's no diopter adjustment on this viewfinder, but, okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see if I can time this. Oh, that was pretty good. The welders are working on something over there. So this has 3 other settings, so that was standard. Then you have the vintage 1, whatever that is. Let me try vintage 1. Okay, how about a vintage 2? There it is, a vintage 2. And black and white. Okay, see if I can get both of them in the frame. Alright. I'm gonna go back to standard. I like standard. Oh, that was pretty good. All right, so the handling of the camera is pretty much the same as the other one. It's a little bit bigger, and it has a little bit of a, obviously a little bit of a Leica look. The little button here, you can select different vintage filters. I don't know what they look like because this is the first time I'm actually using the camera, including a black and white option. You have a little shutter button. On the back, you have a little charge read. Tells you how much juice you got left, how many pictures you've taken. You got the viewfinder. You got a flash selector button. Now it's off. You got group flash setting and selfie flash setting. I wonder what this is going to look like. Let's see. Oh. Let's see how that looks. Just took some photos outside, but let's see what the low light performance is. Let's go inside the Zeiterion Theater in New Bedford, which is currently undergoing major renovations, restorations, all kinds of stuff. That was flash mode 1. Let's try flash mode 2. Let's go into the Boulder Union Climbing Gym, where there is a regional USA Climbing Regional Championship qualifying event, let me say. Let's go check it out. All right, it's time to settle down, enjoy an espresso, and review the photos that I took with a CamSnap Pro. Let's open up my trusty ACDSee Ultimate, and here's the first photo I took. Overcast, but still very bright out, and you can see that there's quite a lot of pixelation the more you zoom in. It's only a 16 megapixel sensor, but it's more like a smartphone as far as the pixel pitch, so it's tiny little pixels. It has 3 different types of filters built in. That was classic, here's 1, and here is classic 2. Zooming in, it looks pretty good, not bad at all. I would say this is usable. With a little bit of post-processing, I think this could turn into a really good image. We also have black and white, which I think actually looks quite good, relatively speaking. It's not overly contrasty, so that you can adjust it to your liking in post-processing as well. Like I showed you in the photo of the welder, if you zoom in quite a bit, you can start seeing the pixelation really degrading, and that's because of how small the pixels are. In a dark environment is where the camera really struggles. There's tons of noise. You can actually see it here. There's a pattern in the noise alternating between the blue and green blobs. The flash is not very good either. Low light with bright and dark areas. Most cameras always have a hard time, and this one is no different. Let me try to adjust the shadows and drop the highlights a little bit, add a little bit of contrast to see if we can make something out of this particular image. Still very noisy. I'm going to try to control noise a little bit here without getting too carried away. However, if you look at the shadows, the noise is still pretty bad. The other group of photos I took were at the indoor boulder climbing competition, and it's the same thing is true here, that there's a lot of noise because of the properties of the sensor. The other thing to keep in mind is that the lens itself is about a 22 millimeter equivalent in 35 millimeter terms, but because it's a rangefinder, sometimes it's hard to, because of the parallax, it's hard to see what it is that you're photographing. And in this camera, the viewfinder is just not good. If you wear glasses, and progressive glasses are even worse, it's really, really hard to see what the camera is looking at. The lens is supposed to be a 22 millimeter f2.2. Here's the Canon R8 at 22 millimeter, and here's the CamSnap Pro. You can see it's not a 22 millimeter lens. Here's another example, 22 with the R8, and the CamSnap Pro, you can see, is definitely not as wide. But even worse is what you see through the viewfinder. So here's what that scene actually looks through the viewfinder. It's more like something like a 50 millimeter. So now that we've had just a few minutes to use the new Canon Snap Pro, I can give you a couple of quick observations. It feels a little bit nicer than the original. It definitely looks nicer than the original, but it's still a little bit of a plasticky kind of thing. When Black Friday happened, you could have pre-ordered this for 85 bucks, but I ended up paying the full $100 for it. I'm not sure what the price is right now. I mean, is it good? The original Camp Snap camera, the one that I reviewed in 2 videos, was more of a toy. It served its purpose as just something you throw in your pocket. And it's the same thing with this. You can easily put this in your pocket and there's literally no weight to the thing. You'd forget it's even there. But I think we need to test it a little bit more.